Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, I'm going to show you guys how to install your Taito Type 2, or excuse me, your Taito Type X2 hardware. Now, before we get started, this is the hardware itself. As you can see, it looks very much like a computer tower. And I may have gone over this in some of my other videos. Truthfully, I can't remember. But, it is what it is. So anyways, first thing you need to know is this is not a JAMA compatible hardware. At least not as it stands. There is a way, supposedly, where you can hook this into a JAMA cabinet, but these are meant to go inside a JVS cabinet. And hold on, let me go get an item which is supposed to be able to help put this into a JAMA cabinet. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. What I was thinking of, actually, it made no sense. I kind of got my ideas mixed up here. So let's get back on track. Now, can you hook this up to a JAMA cabinet? Yes. You can do that by using a Capcom interface board, the I/O board. You usually find these on like the Naomi 2 hardware, and I'll go ahead and put up a picture of it right about now. So hopefully you're seeing it right now. That item you can hook up to the Taito Type X2 hardware. And once you get everything else hooked up, you can install, we'll just go ahead and remove the picture right now. You can go ahead and install this into a JAMA cabinet. Now, how does it work? There's various issues you gotta deal with, like powering the I/O board. But basically, once you get it powered up, you'll have what appears to be like a USB cable, and that will go into this port right here. You can't see it, but it does say JAMA, and that's for your I/O board. Now, these, of course, are made to be in JVS cabinets, and that stands for, was it JAMA Video Standard? One of the main differences is the sound. A JAMA board, or a JAMA cabinet, you're getting your sound, for the most part, from your JAMA harness. And then that goes to your speakers. When using a JVS cabinet, such as this one, you don't have wiring coming from any type of a JAMA harness. Your wiring is actually coming from these type of things. These audio connectors. So yeah, a little bit different. Alright. So, how do you hook this thing up? It's not that difficult. So assuming you have everything you need, here is your hardware. And again, it does look like a PC tower. You got it's got its own power supply. So you got a cord right here. And it's just like your standard computer cord that you hook into a computer tower. It's nothing fancy. You can buy those cheap at any place that sells computers. You can buy them really cheap on Amazon. That's what I did. Now, once you plug this into here, you can either A, plug it into an external power source, such as your wall socket. And once it's plugged in, it's going to power this thing on. I do it a little bit differently. I actually have this power going to one of those right there. You can see it. And then I just power that thing on. When I do that, it turns on my cabinet and this thing. Now, there are some power supplies which have a built-in socket for something like this. And if you have one of those, great. Makes things a lot easier. Unfortunately, I don't. Now, some other things you gotta be aware of. Dip switches right there. those are for the most part useless. The only dip switches that work, I believe, are 2 and 4. 4 you will never have to worry about. Again, I could have the numbers mixed up, but I believe 4 is for network updating or something along those lines. Obviously, I don't have to worry about it. 2, I think if it's off, it sets the video signal for like really low, like 480 by 620. And then if you set it, dip switch 2 to on, it sets it for the larger signal, the larger picture, 13 something by 9 something. Sorry, I didn't prepare well enough. Okay. Now you got right here what looks to be an S cable input for sound. Apparently that never worked. I read that it's pretty much useless. You got 2 video inputs here, and as you can see, these are DVI. Now, on my cabinet over here, although I do have DVI, it doesn't seem to work. So I use VGA to a DVI adapter, and then I just plug it. You can plug it into either one of these. I have an issue where I go back and forth. Now, let's kind of focus in there. There we go. Sound. Before I get to that, you do have a VGA input right here, but nothing happens there. So what it's for, I don't know. It might be, I think, for VGA going out to possibly another Taito X2 hardware. I know the original Street Fighter 4 games, you needed 2 Taito Type X2 boards to play 2 players on that game. So maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm just going to show you how I hook it up. Going to try not to get into too many details. It looks like here you got inputs for a mouse, I believe. And then the other thing, when you install games, not only do you need the game hard drive, you also need the dongle. And I've never actually used this because I have a multi Type X2 hard drive in there, which has like 30 some games. But had it been a regular game such as Street Fighter 4, you need to install that and then one of these bad boys. Let's see. Where does it go in? I think it's this one. Could be wrong. So, no biggie right there. Give me a second while I put all this stuff back. Alright. Your sound, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Kind of already showed you what I need to do. But yeah, just a up-close look at the hardware. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I have everything hooked up. And we'll go from there. I mean, it's not really an extravagant video, but it should show you what you need to do. Now here's the other thing. On the cabinet, it has its own Sega I/O board. I'll see if I can get the model number, but that's basically how I hook up my controls, and you just hook it up. There's what appears to be a USB cable, and you just hook it up right here. So give me 1 second. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, hold on. Alright, so here we are, and as you can see, I got this in my cabinet. Hopefully you can see everything. So, you ready to, hook everything up? Real simple. You got your power cord, just stick it in. Now remember, if this cord is stuck directly to your socket on your wall, it's going to automatically power up your hardware here. I guess unless that socket is connected to a switch on the wall, like, which you would use a lamp for. But yeah, so stick that in. Now, next, you have your RCA sound cables. Now you can see there's no place really to put these in. See if I can get it closer view. Alright, so what do? I got an RCA to headphone jack. Now if you look close enough, there's little pictures of what each of these represent. The middle one is for headphones. So simply connect them and boom. Next, your video. I got a VGA to HDMI adapter, and you just go right to there. Now if your monitor already has a DVI and everything works great, then obviously, DVI to DVI. Last but not least, controls. Now the controls, my Sega I/O board up there, the control board, is hooked up to what appears to be a USB cable. As far as I know, it's not technically a USB cable, but I'll get into that maybe another day. But anyways, you just hook it up right here where it says JAMA. Hook it up the right way. Did I have it the right way? There we go. Alright. And that is pretty much everything. That's how you hook up your Taito Type 2. Let me look to see if I can tell which model number the I/O board is. 1 second. Okay, so there you can see the Sega I/O board. I know it's not really a good view. Unfortunately, I got this thing in the way, which really doesn't do anything for me. But I don't want to remove it because if I did, I'd have a big hole in my control panel. So, yeah, sorry about that. But you can kind of look to see what it is. And the model number, it appears to be, what is that? 837- possibly I4572. So take that for what it is. You can kind of see it. You have all the, the wiring, and it's powered on, and this and that. Right there is that cable. Right there, you can see it. And that one goes all the way down and gets connected right there. So, yeah, if you think about it, you don't need a power supply in your cabinet to power this thing on because it has its own. So, whatever power supply you have, as long as it's powering on the rest of the cabinet, you don't have to worry about this. You're good to go. In fact, my power supply, you can see the only thing that's connected is this set of wires. Not the middle one, not the end. And that set of wires is for the lights and some other minor things here and there. Excuse me. And the monitor too, I believe. Just had a big lunch. But yeah, real simple. That's all there is to it. Close this. And there you are. If you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this helped you guys out if you're considering buying a Taito Type X2 hardware. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.